The tournament may have just started, but it's already heating up. With only 4 spots left in the round of 64, some bots will see an early end to the dream. Who will live? And who will die? The quest to be the best continues right now. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to BattleBots Reborn Cup Season 5. I am the Barangoat, and this is Samitha.
Hello, everybody. Tonight we have 4 fights that will wrap up the qualifiers for the season.
That's right, 4 more fights, 4 more bots looking to book their spot into the last 64 with what doesn't seem like a lot on the line, because if you lose at that point, you're still, not that well off. But the key for a lot of these bots get to the round of 32, which of course means automatic qualification into next year's round 64. So a little bit on the line for some of these machines that may be looking at the bracket and they might have a sliver of a chance.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. We're going to cut Nick from talking, because he likes to talk a lot.
You're right.
We're going to go in the first fight, Bloodsport versus Mobius. This match on paper won't appear to be much, but these two could be dark horses this year.
Both of these bots are technically full body spinners. One's a bar spinner, one is a true full body, but they both also have a dual weapon motor stack system, so they're both very powerful. Expect this fight not to last very long, and someone is going to come out with some bruises.
Who you think is going to come out the more beaten up?
I've been praising Bloodsport a lot in the build-up to this season. He's gotten a good victory in the first round of qualifying, and we've seen bits and pieces of his abilities in the prediction series. I've got a lot of confidence that Bloodsport will have a little bit more reach than Mobius, and he'll find a way to win this fight.
Alright, well, let's see who might get beaten.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, finding a weakness in this bot is like finding Waldo in the carnival. I swear he's right there, he's next to the elephant. Crap, sorry, I got distracted. It's Bloodsport! In the blue square, the difference between you and him is that he enters the box in a coffin while you exit in one. It's Mobius!
Before we get started, here's a quick explanation of the rules. The rules for this competition are simple. Bots have 3 minutes to destroy or immobilize their opponent. If both bots are still active when the clock expires, the result will go to a panel of 3 judges that will score the fight on a 45-point system. 4 points for damage, 5 for aggression, and 6 for control and strategy. During the scoring process, judges are encouraged to show leniency to bots with non-damaging weapons. Furthermore, pins cannot last longer than 11 seconds, and Havoc glitches that flip a non-invertible bot will be restarted unless the fight has surpassed 2 minutes. With that being said, it's time to get the action started. And let the bot battle begin. 2 deadly spinners without a lot of experience. They clash together early on in a brutal impact. And again, enter smoke already.
Yeah, it already seems like a lot of damage is done.
Mobius sensing blood in the water and sensing Bloodsport is close to being eliminated. Look at this.
Just 1 hit away.
Mobius moving in for the kill like a shark, and he's done it. Wow.
Wow. The match started off with both of them heading in towards each other, both looking for blood. It just seems like Bloodsport's the one that ended up, shedding the most blood. Mobius just got in more hits than Bloodsport did, and it was enough.
Well, it's not the first time I've been wrong on camera here in BattleBots Reborn Cup, isn't that right?
And outside of camera.
Excuse you? I mean, those are outside of camera, so technically did they even happen? If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a sound.
Next match, Mauler versus Endgame. Mauler's looking to fight himself again after a disappointing Season 4.
Mauler's had some inconsistent seasons in His career as a BattleBots Reborn Cup, now 5-season veteran. Season 1, he made the semifinals, lost to eventual champion Son of Ayachi. Season 2, lost his first fight. Season 3, made the final, lost to Yeti. Season 4, lost his first fight. If that order is to happen again, he's probably going to make the Final Four. It starts here with an interesting match against Endgame, someone he's got to be careful of, but if he's smart, he could come out on top with his experience.
Yeah, there's some serious concerns about how far Endgame is capable of going.
This Endgame hasn't had the perfect build figured out yet. He's got some turning issues, the weapon might be a little bit weak. Not to say that he isn't capable of victories and of upsets, it's just that a little bit more difficult for a bot that kind of needs precision when he attacks. So I worry for Endgame. This isn't a good fight for him, but maybe he'll prove me wrong.
Well, let's see if Mauler can maul his way to victory, or if Endgame can end this battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, this bot shakes more than Shakira's ass during the Super Bowl halftime show. It's Mauler! In the blue square. Uh-oh, hear that? Sounds like you're dead and out of tokens, which means it's Endgame!
Let the bot battle begin!
Both bots taking their time in their squares to get up to speed. Mauler looking deadly already, and first contact is made in the center of the arena.
Is it smart for Endgame to let him get up to speed? He doesn't seem to be going in fast enough.
Mauler clipping the front wedge there and causing some scuff marks. Lately, it seems like his flails have been a little bit stronger, but now Endgame moving in and trying to get underneath.
Endgame strategies better be to be up and close in those... Oh, almost flipping him over.
Mauler surviving a near disaster there. That's how he loses some of his fights, especially recently. It's how he lost the Season 3 final by getting flipped by Yeti. And he get enough damage, though, to null that threat. Now Endgame is smoking all of a sudden from the right side. Is that the drive motor? More shots. Pieces coming off. Can't tell who it's from at the moment, but someone's losing pieces.
Endgame needs to get in there, knock off some of those weapons.
Can he get in and maybe get Mauler flipped over? Oh, look at that! There goes the disc of Endgame! Due to a glitch in the build, though, it looks like Endgame still has a spinning tooth. Oh, and he's flipped Mauler with it!
That's insane!
What a counterattack by Endgame! And the former finalist Mauler on his head again! This one's gonna be over! Unbelievable!
Is this a cup set in the making? I think it is.
Is it a dark horse run in the making? It also might be. Endgame wins! Well, take a look at the replays from this blockbuster fight. These two went at each other hard and heavy. Endgame getting the win in the end.
Endgame really wanted to get in there, stop him from spinning up. Sometimes he didn't, and he got enough damage, but in the end, lost his weapon, and then by sheer luck, I believe, got that flip.
Mauler will be cursing himself that he didn't finish it, but congratulations, Endgame. Well, the inconsistencies for Mauler continue. He got one win in the first round of qualifying, but this was one step too many, unfortunately. Maybe it's time for an upgraded build, too.
Well, that's up to you and up to people who have helped build it.
Hey, Tom, get on it!
Yeah. Third fight tonight, we have Frenzy versus Complete Control. This qualifier pits two bots against each other that have a combined 9 years of Cup experience.
Yeah, these two are two of the OGs of the BattleBots Reborn Cup world. Many of the original subscribers might remember that Frenzy made the semifinals in Season 1, which was unprecedented. He hasn't really done a lot since. Complete Control has just gone against some tough opponents. I know that he's had the likes of Ghost Raptor in the rematches series. He had to deal with Yeti in Season 3, who obviously won the title, so that didn't work out well for him, but there's a lot to like about these two.
Frenzy's going to be seen as the underdog here. How likely is it that he can win this match?
It's going to be tough because he's not going to win the pushing battle because he's got that spherical circular design in his chassis. He's going to have to just start swinging for the fences and hope he breaks something vital off of complete control, and maybe it goes well. It's most likely going the distance. I don't know. He's going to have a good game plan.
Well, let's go watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, let the hate flow through you. Get triggered like a keyboard warrior, rage like a video game streamer, and send yourself into a frenzy! In the blue square, I'm net sure if this bot can win the title, a loss is inevitable. Sorry, I just don't want this bot ever forgetting what he did. It's complete control!
Let the bot battle begin. We've seen brute force so far in this episode, and now we're going to see some expert strategies, hopefully. Frenzy getting in a shot and then getting toppled over by complete control.
Frenzy looks to be struggling a little bit to right himself, but succeeded.
About the 5th time of asking, he was able to make it happen, and he retaliates with another shot there on complete control's chassis. It'll be a real game of inches and ducking and weaving for Frenzy. He's got to make sure he properly avoids complete control's weapon. Now he's stuck in his own shrapnel, and now we have a game glitch with the computer. Hang on, folks.
Good to see that nice picture of Vita.
Sorry about that, folks. Every now and again that happens, but we're back to the action, and Frenzy back to wailing on the top of complete control, and now some smoke. What is that that's smoking on complete control? Not quite sure at the moment, but he gets a flip in. Frenzy trying to right himself, but complete control is right there on top of him, causing him more problems.
It's hard to tell who really has control of this match. Frenzy getting in some good hits, but complete control continuously flipping.
As long as Frenzy's able to self-right, he's got the more damaging weapon. He just needs to make sure he keeps striking instead of missing like those shots there.
Oh, and there goes that weapon!
Well, he could have probably gone without that shot, and now Frenzy, weaponless, is potentially moments away from getting flipped over for what'll be the last time.
Is this just going to be a push and shove match? Is he going to get flipped over for the last time? Doesn't look like he's getting in front.
Frenzy now trying a more strategic approach to his aggressive drives forward, and complete control struggling to counter that. Looking a little bit slow in the pace department at the moment. But does Frenzy have enough points on the board to get a win here?
Might this be a godsend to complete control? Probably moments away to be knocked out, the smoke coming from him.
Can't really tell if that's the weapon mode or if it is chassis damage. It could be both. Frenzy did get a handful of shots there. It so far is turning into a slightly dull pushing and shoving match. I feel like Frenzy is going to need a few more points. He needs to find a way to get complete control to the hazards, but he's the lighter bot and the more awkwardly designed one.
He's doing well, though, by not getting flipped. That much we can give him.
That will certainly, hopefully at least for him, earn some strategy points in the eyes of the judges if that's where we end up. He's on the side there of complete control. He hasn't really given him a lot of inches.
Only seconds left in this match.
9 to be specific as the clock ticks down. This one will be going the distance. Has Frenzy done enough to survive? Or is complete control gonna get this win? We'll find out soon. Well, taking a look at the replays, the fight was a little bit back and forth at the beginning. Frenzy got some shots, Complete Control got some shots. But there was one key turning point, and that's when Frenzy went weaponless.
Although weaponless, he did do a very good job at keeping himself from getting flipped. Complete Control had him flipped multiple times at the beginning, but he really couldn't get him at the end.
For the strategy category, one of the key factors is, do you have to change your strategy and how does it work? We'll see what the judges say about Frenzy.
The results from the judges are in. And the winner, by a 26-19 decision, is Complete Control!
So Frenzy's post-damage efforts are all for naught, as Complete Control gets a comfortable decision win. Well, in the end, Complete Control was able to get it done. Took a few hits, but this is a bot capable of winning fights, going far, causing upsets. So I think, in the grand scheme of things, I'm glad he was the winner.
Yeah, I am too. Well, on to tonight's main event. We have Razer versus Gemini. For the first time, we get to see the troublesome twins of BattleBots compete in a cup.
It was exciting, the prospect of seeing them last year, except they didn't make it out of their qualifying match. They got beat pretty handily by Overdrive. And we've seen a little bit of what multi-bots can do looking at Gemini in Robot Wars Reborn Cup. If the tactics are right, if the bots are driven well, anything can happen, so I'm excited to see these two finally in the Reborn Cup stage.
While the new Razer build looks poised for battle, his builder has some concerns about his first opponent.
This new Razer build comes to us from Captain Mantine, and he has been the least confident in any of the builders in any of their fights. He's not sure what he's capable of. We know this Razer. He's a huge name in the robot combat world. Hasn't fully gotten it together in the Reborn Cups, but I think this is a good opponent for confidence. I think he'll be able to do all right.
Well, how do you think Razer should approach this fight?
It's going to be tough because his weapon takes time to cause opponents damage. So he can move in and get a bite on one of the Geminis, but he knows the other one's coming behind him. So if I were him, in and out, get a couple hits, go for the next one. Just don't let your back or your sides be exposed for too long. You might have a shot.
Yeah, alright, well, let's see if these concerns are settled.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, he can kill you with a laser, he'll stun you with a taser, he'll make you see stars, call it Stargazer, feel the wrath from the beak of Razer! In the blue square, if they were train cars, they'd be troublesome trucks. Take note, these two tricky twins are about to cause confusion and delay. It's Gemini!
Let the main event begin. We have Razer and Gemini here.
It's Razer, Sam. It's Razer. You should know this.
Oh, my bad.
Razer moving in with a shot on the black Gemini. The red Gemini seems to be completely clueless as to what he's supposed to do, and he's letting his brother get attacked by Razer before finally moving in.
Better than hitting each other at this point in time. Oh, never mind.
Well, maybe a little too soon. Razer moving in on the black Gemini. He's got his target acquired here. Divide and conquer usually is the strategy with multi-bots. Razer getting a shove on black Gemini into the red there. Now he turns his attention to the red Gemini momentarily.
The Gemini team needs to get it together. They keep hitting each other, the red one specifically.
The key is they need to stay spread out and on either side of Razer so that they cause him to think and maybe even overthink. Paralysis through overanalysis, that's what my old coach used to always say.
Red Gemini again in the wall.
What is he doing? He has no clue what he's supposed to be doing right now.
Seems like the driver didn't have any idea what they were doing. Was it me this time?
Oh, what's happened here? It's a Havoc glitch! And 2 bots stuck in the ground. We have to restart this.
Alright then.
Well, taking a look at the replays, Razer's strategy was key from the start, but now that we have to do the restart, do you think this gives Gemini an advantage? Maybe they can combat the Razer strategy?
I sure hope the red Gemini can get its shit together.
That is a fair assessment. Razer got some good shots in, but then here this Havoc glitch is why we're going to be going back to square one.
Let the main event re-begin. We have Razer and Gemini.
I told you it's Razer. Razer this time moving in on the red Gemini. Interesting strategy. We saw the red Gemini struggling to figure out what to do in the first match, so you think he'd want to go for the more competent black one.
Got some parts off though.
Black Gemini getting pushed against the wall here. He's able to get himself out. Razer very quick to relinquish good positions, knowing there's another bot behind him.
The red Gemini seems to be doing a bit better this time around. Let's see if Razer can keep his good luck. Hopefully keep him away.
Razer turning his attention again to the black Gemini and then losing a piece when he tried to move in for an attack, but he still got black Gemini. Look at the scuffs on the top.
Yeah, he's not looking too good there.
Black Gemini is taking a beating, but Razer losing a lot of the wheel guards there on the side. He's lost a chunk of the beak as well. Red Gemini getting a shot on the back. Razer didn't like that apparently. He goes after Red Gemini now. Driving him all the way across the box, running in the shrapnel, running into the wall, running into Black Gemini who gets a big chunk on the left side, and again! Razer trying to line up these attacks, but Black Gemini again getting the disc where he wants to cause some damage. Razer in danger of losing his weapon.
I don't know how much longer Black Gemini can last though at this rate. He's got a lot of damage done to him.
And if he goes down, can the red Gemini pick up where he left off? Razer backing away as both Gemini bots approach him. You can see the quick, erratic movements by Razer. He's being very cautious and very skittish, if you will, as well.
Well, he only has one vital piece left to lose, and he doesn't want to lose it.
Nice shot there on the Black Gemini, and he turns to the red one now to keep him honest. Another shot by Black Gemini. I don't know if that was shrapnel that was there or not. Might have been already on the floor. He's got him near the kill saws now. We're over halfway through this fight now. There's a shot on Black Gemini who's in trouble.
One shot away.
Razer gave it up. Is he gonna rue that opportunity? No, he's not. He got him.
Let's hope or see if Red Gemini can follow suit and potentially destroy Razer.
Red Gemini now flips so that wedge in the back will be a little bit useless. Havoc glitch, look out! And Gemini thrown into the ceiling and across the floor. Razer now moving in. There goes another piece from Red Gemini. He's in trouble here.
Even more in trouble because he's inverted.
10 seconds left. Razer's going for the knockout. He's gonna get it! 7 seconds left. Wow. Well, let's take a look at the replays of the rematch here, the one that we got to complete. Razer again with the divide and conquer strategy nearly cost him a couple times.
Yeah, the Geminis together in that first roundabout really didn't work too well, but this time they seem to have a little bit more teamwork going on. More strategy, if I'd say. One would lure, and then the other would attack.
Seemed like it was the Black Gemini targeted most by Razer. He knew that was the better driver. Red Gemini maybe could have done a little bit better to get some damage and take advantage of the opportunities when Razer was distracted.
There was only 7 seconds left at the end of this match. Who knows what would have happened if it got to the judges?
That's right, Razer, knowing you never want to leave it to the judges, and that's why he was able to take care of business with just enough time to spare.
And just like that, 111 bots have been narrowed down to just 64.
It happens so quickly nowadays with all these Patreon exclusive episodes, but yeah, we're getting down now to the big names that you've been waiting to see. The Tombstones, the Kobolds, Son of Waiachi, Lucky, Biohazard, all the big names are ready to tango in the round of 64. Outro.
Figavoof.
No. Here, what if I just... Wait.
Outro.
I'm the Barangoat and I can't wait to have Cole back. Bye!